Good evening, Thursday evening. Let me get this microphone sorted. I'm almost as disorganised as ever, but welcome to Thursday Night Live. Let's just double check on the old mobile that you're receiving me loud and clear. Let me just turn that down. And then we'll get cracking, eh? We'll get cracking. Well, it says I'm live. Whether I am live, look at that. Look at that. We're working, and I think we've got chats as well. Let's see. Let me know if you're here. Give me a little chat, please, so I can see the chats. I've got a new device that shows me chats. I bet it don't work. Let's have a look. Participants. I can see Mrs. TravelOn's on. I can see Sue's on. Is that all that's on? I didn't even get this. Drop me a chat. Big Adie's on. Fantastic. Good evening. Let me see if I can see the chats. Live chat. All messages. There you go. Mrs. TravelOn's on. Good evening. Good evening, Neil. I tell you what, this is absolute dog shite. I'm ranting already. I cannot stand YouTube. I really cannot stand it. It's just so buggy. I get no problems whatsoever with anything, do I? I don't get anything. Let me get these chats up again, guys. 1 second. Every single week I go through. If you noticed, I went live for about 3.5 seconds earlier, and that was me messing around with this absolute garbage of a system called YouTube. 1 second. Absolute nonsense. Alright, I've just got to get your chats up, guys. Give me 1 second. YouTube chat. There you go. Right, I got Nicola was the last message that I've got saying that was so funny. Was there anything else? No, I think that's it. So we've got Neil on, Mrs. TravelOn's on, Richard's on. Hello, everyone. Hello, Ellen, Graham, Amiman Travels. I tell you what, Amiman, you need to change your name. I can never pronounce it right, can I? Amiman Travels. Good evening, Lindy Lou, Marlene. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all today? So it's Thursday night live. Rob is on. I've got nothing to discuss with you, to be honest, so I'm leaving it up to you. Like, you need to ask me questions, because otherwise I've got no content. I wasn't actually going to go live today because I've been fiddling around all day trying to get a good solution to go live. I've even got the wrong chair. Look, I usually have a little another chair where you can't see the back of it, but that's how we roll in tonight. Good evening, Richard and Lisa. How are you? Rocky Earth Guy is on. Hello, Rocky Earth Guy. I didn't know that Rocky Earth Guy has a YouTube channel, and he's done loads of amazing videos on the New Barcelo Hotel, which is fantastic. And if I could pin this, I'm about to throw it out the window in a minute. If I could pin this, I would be able to pin that comment. Can one of my spanners please pin Rocky Earth Guy, please, and say to everyone to follow Rocky Earth Guy. He's done some really cool videos in the New Barcelo Hotel, and I don't know how to pin on here. Let me just try something. Yeah, this has got to go. I ain't messing around with this anymore. I ain't messing around. You sound quiet. Is it just me? No, I think I've just got technical problems. Maybe that's better. It's YouTube. It's absolute dog shit. Excuse my language, but it is just absolutely awful for lives. It's the worst system. Considering it's the biggest system in the world, it is absolute nonsense. Let me close that. I'm just going to have to do something else, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to do another thing. Open Studio. Here we go. Pop out chat. There we go. Right. There you go. Rocky Earth Guy. There you go, mate. I said I'd give you a little push. So he's got loads of videos on the New Barcelo. He stopped there. which was fantastic. So there you go. Make sure to head over to Rocky Earth Guy. Some really good videos as well, showing you the pool and everything. Big AD, hear you now. Good, Big AD, good, because I'm fed up of this. Absolutely fed up of it. YouTube is rubbish. I never get any problems with TikTok. It's seamless. I turn TikTok on, I go walking the bloody streets with a 4G connection, and you hear me loud and clear, perfect picture, no problem at all. This is why I stay on there. Evening, Neil. Spanners can't pin. There you go, Neil. What can I say? Can spanners not pin, Neil? Jesus Christ. It says here I can put you on a timeout, Neil. That's when I see the settings. I can put you all on a timeout. I can like the naughty chair. Well, I'll have a look at that, Neil, for next week. I was wondering why nobody ever pinned anything. I'll have to do all the pinning. I have to do all the bloody work today, won't I? Morning, good evening, Nelly. Morning. I'm used to Sunday morning. Nicola's on. If anyone's going to say anything about the protest, please see full video on YouTube channel. Exactly, Nicola. So if you're wondering why I haven't posted for a bit, it's because of those videos. So I did the videos of the protest, and they went really well, and they actually went viral to the fact that I think the last look was about 250,000 on the one video, and then like there's been like 100,000. So I've just been cracking on with that. But I'm back to normal now. I posted a fantastic video of La Cala with Tracy and Phil. They showed me around La Cala Suites in Playa Blanca. That was a good video. And yeah, there's some more to come, so don't worry. Staying at Lanza Suites in Playa Blanca, cannot wait. Lanza Suites in Playa Blanca, which one's that one, Jimbo Jones? Lanza Suites. I'm trying to think where Lanza Suites is now. You've thrown me off. I know Lanza Sur. Where's Lanza Suites? Got posh water today. In fact, let's have a look where Lanza Suites is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So, let's have a little look here. That's not what we want. Lanza Suites. Lanza Suites. Playa Blanca. Is it the villas? That's probably why it threw me off, because I've not heard of a hotel called Lanza Suites. I know where that is. So this is the villas, the new Lanza Suites. Yes, I do know where that is. Let's see if we can get any closer. I don't think we can get a street view, but I know exactly where that is. It's lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if we can go in. Boom. Yes, I've seen the sign. There's the little sign. So, if this is the right one, and tell me if I'm wrong, I can't remember your name, Jimbo. Is that the right one? Around the corner from a spa, it has the hot tub. It's got to be that, because hotel rooms don't tend to have hot tubs. So I think it's not far from the spa. The spa supermarket's just round that corner there. And you've got the Iberostar Lanzarote part just here. And if I'm right, Lanza Suites should be just up that street there. And I can't go up there because Google doesn't do it, but it should be one of the villas up there. But it looks lovely. I do know them villas now. That's what threw me off. Look at the sun on Google Maps. Beautiful. Weather-wise, it's been super hot, absolutely roasting. So you're in for some good weather if you're coming over, for sure. What's your favourite month in Lanza and your least favourite month, Dave? I'd imagine August is pretty oppressive. August is hot, yeah. Yeah, August and summer is hot and busy, but it tends to be less busy if you're, well, in my business anyway. Not with like tours and trips, because I'm not physically manually doing the labour. But it tends to be these months now leading up to it that have a lot of work to do with like changing prices and stuff like that, and signing new contracts and things. So there's a lot of work this month. Then August and September, it's summer. You've done all the planning beforehand. It's just to let it rip then. Favourite month is probably October, just before Christmas. Everyone's buggered off home, and it's still quite warm but nice and cool. And it's a great time to do excursions and stuff like that. So we always get ourselves out in October. In saying that, it's nearly summer, and I need to do some videos on some of these excursions, to be honest. That's it, Mr. TravelON. Can't wait. There you go, Jimbo. Fantastic. I'm glad I was able to show you that. I did think it was there. Let's have a look. Farionis again. Who's coming to Farionis? Fantastic. Is it the Farionis 5-star hotel? You must have a little bit of wonga to go there. It's proper expensive. Mrs. TravelOn's on. Yes, she's very good, Karen. Her name's Mrs. TravelOn, Patrick, or Mrs. Diversion to you. Can't use her real name. She's like a stripper. She has a stage name. Hi, Big AD. Dave, your video on Arrecife was great. Do you know, right, let's talk about my video in Arrecife. Right, I didn't plan on, well, I took the camera. I thought, I've got a stressful meeting with the tax man, and it was a stressful meeting as well, but it all worked. It all came out good in the end. And I thought, I'll take the camera because I'm up that way, and I may as well do a little video just around there while I, from walking to the car park. And I went down that Calle Real. If you haven't seen the video, it's the last one that I posted yesterday. I went down the main street, and I tell you what, there is so many new things in Arrecife. You've got. We saw a lovely shop that sold shells with well, she wasn't an English girl, she was Canarian really, because she's been here all her life, but she spoke perfect English, so I was quite surprised with that. I thought some English person had opened a shop there, and then she went, no, my father's Canarian, my mother's English. I was like, right, okay. I thought, you're very brave to open in Arrecife, but she was lovely. And then a little further down, I found a place that does like toffee apples and like caramel with the almond nuts. So I'm going to try and get back there to that one and do some sort of cooking channel, cooking program. I know you like my cooking one that I did before with the Canarian potatoes. I am going to do some more of them. It's just finding the time. But I said to the owners of La Casa that I should come down and do a cooking video with the chef there, because he's such a character. Don't speak a word of English, but I think he's sort of half Italian, half Spanish, I think. Yeah, but he might just be 100% Spanish. I don't know, but he's a nice guy, real nice guy, and his wife is fantastic as well. So I think I'm going to go down and do that. But yeah, thanks, Big AD. Mrs. TravelOn liked that video of Arrecife as well, and of course now she wants to go there. She keeps saying, "Oh, I get really jealous when you're out. I get really jealous when I see the videos because I want to be there." Stay away, Mrs. TravelOn. You'll just be yapping in my ear and shopping. I ain't got time. I'm on a mission. And we went to the castle as well. We saw that. That was good. That was Sophie. That's it. Sophie was her name. She was lovely. 46 days to go, and Gary's in Lanzarote. There you go. Not long. 46 days. He's 100% Italian, Mrs. TravelOn says. See, she's always correcting me. There you go. Who we got on? Some spanners on, haven't we? We've got Nicola on, Amiman, Mrs. TravelOn, Nelly. I'm trying to think what I can talk about. You lot need to run this show today, because I wasn't going to go live. Like I said earlier, I got a message off Nicola saying, have you just gone live? I was like, oh, shit. Because I was messing around pressing buttons, and I actually went live for about 3 seconds, and 31 people saw it. Madness. 7 weeks on Sunday. Rob's here. Fantastic. Scooter Gate. Yeah, Scooter. I've got a big cut on my leg. Let's see if I can show it. Oh, I ain't getting my leg up there. I ain't getting my leg, but I've got a big cut on my shin from fighting with another scooter. I told you I stuck the plaques on, didn't I? Saying, don't put your scooters here, they'll go in the bin. Well, someone put some scooters there. And me and Alfie were going to the little shop just opposite us, and I said, grab a scooter. And I didn't realise that these scooters, so I had 2 of them, and I didn't realise that you can't actually push them unless you put the money on them. So when you push, I mean, you can push them, but it's like the tyres are locked. So I was trying to push 2 of them, and I ended up sort of slipping and banging my shin on there and cutting it. They got put in the bin in the end, literally inside the bin. I picked them up and threw them in the bin. I haven't seen them since. I don't know if they've gone. Good evening, Alan. How are you, mate? Alan's on. Alan's on. I hope your vlogs are going good, Alan. I've seen a couple of them. I've seen some lovely sunsets from where you are in Scotland. Absolutely amazing. So Alan's got a really cool channel as well. He does a lot in around Scotland area. I forget what part of Scotland you're from, Alan. But he does a lot around that area, and then when he goes to Tenerife, he does loads around there as well. So he's done some good ones, and he's knackered as well. I know that feeling, Alan. I know that feeling. Put a plaster on it, Nelly says. I just put some cream on it, and then I got that all over the sofa. So it's just been a bit of a stressful week this week. Hence why I wasn't actually going to come on tonight, because I'm just... well, I've had enough. I've had enough. what with the taxman the other day. They got a good video out of it, so that was a bonus of the day. And then cutting my leg on a scooter. What else has happened this week? Getting cream from the cut all over the sofa. That needs bloody wet vac in now. But tomorrow, got good news for you tomorrow. Tomorrow we've been invited for a free meal. You know me, I love a free meal, and it's at the new Chinese in La Salle. Now I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like it says like Gangan style. Tomorrow when I do the video, I'll have to ask them the correct pronunciation of it. But the lady got in touch with me, the Chinese lady from there, and she said, I saw your video of Namaste, the Indian restaurant. Will you come and do one in the Chinese restaurant? I said, listen, you don't have to ask twice. Table for 4, please. So we're down there tomorrow night. And, I mean, this is going to be the first Chinese meal I have had in... I think the last Chinese meal I had that wasn't a takeaway, as in a proper Chinese meal that wasn't buffet, was on my stag night, which wasn't even a stag night. I just went out for a meal because I was a miserable twat and I don't drink. And I was getting married the next day, and I thought, well, you know, if I go out and somebody does give me a drink or spikes me, game over. I'll be divorced before I've even started, won't I? So I think that was the last actual meal, Chinese meal, because I refuse to go to a Chinese restaurant and order. I refuse to go to a normal Chinese restaurant when I've got a buffet. Because a buffet, I can go and try everything. And don't give me this crap that, oh yeah, but it's better quality. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff that they make. They come out the same wok. They just put it in a pan and maybe it sits there for a little bit longer. But those of you, and there are people out there that will say, oh, no, but the quality's different. And I said this before in one of my lives. I know someone in England that used to live here, an electrician, Matthew his name is. If you're watching, Matthew, you know who you are. He used to go to the Chinese buffet and order off the menu. That just drove me to insanity. So yeah, it's going to be the first Chinese meal that I've eaten that's not a buffet. I'm really looking forward to it. What about you guys? Will you go to a normal Chinese, or is it buffet all the way? It's got to be buffet. Neil's just put pictures of sushi and food. Neil's a meal. Sushi, yeah. Mrs. Travelon's looking for the sushi. Tracy says she can't wait for the video of the Chinese. I can't wait to eat the Chinese. Can't wait. How do the scooters stay charged up? They've just got a battery on them, and they're just there. They flash when they're out of battery. Good evening, Dave. Keep the good work. Thank you very much, Darren. Will do. Good evening, Jacqueline. How are you? Dave, you pinched everyone's food as usual when you go up for a Chinese. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is what the buffet's easy though, isn't it, Big AD? Because you just get what you want, and you don't have to sit there and wait. I love buffet. It's the best invention in the world. I think every single restaurant type, Indian, KFC. I've seen there's a KFC buffet somewhere in the world as well. But there should be a buffet for everything. You should be able to just go in, not mess about, sit your ass down, and then I love it. You go in. You don't even have to say hello these days in Chinese buffets. You sit down. They don't even ask you what you want, do they? So what drinks do you want? Large Diet Coke or a bottle of water. Sit down, and you don't even wait for your water to arrive. It's just right, go. Boom, boom, boom. Sit down, up, bang. Brilliant. Get your food, eat it, get another plate, eat it, eat it, eat it. You can try everything. You're not ordering everything. You're not deciding what to pick. You just literally, I'm going to try absolutely everything. Jimbo loves the food vids. I've got more of them to come. All you can eat buffet for Lindy. Fantastic. We definitely need more cooking vids. I'm going to get on it, Nelly, for sure. Dave, use wet wipes to remove off the sofa. I told Mrs. Travel on that. I said that the other day. I went with the wet wipes and she's like, no, don't use them. Yes, I know, Sandra, I'm going to use wet wipes. It'll get it off. I'm surprised you're going for a meal. I know how you prefer buffet. Neil, it's free. I prefer free to a buffet. There you go. I do prefer a Chinese buffet, but a free Chinese trumps absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Because Chinese is my favourite food as well. Dave, I'm drinking posh water, Highland Spring. Alan, if we ever meet, whether it be Tenerife or Scotland, you better buy me a bottle of Highland Spring. I'll put it on the shelf behind me with the rest of the posh bottles of water. I did cook tandoori chicken tonight. Yeah, I've just done some tandoori chicken. That was nice. That's easy as well. I need to do some cooking videos. I need to do so much. Let me get this shite out the way. Like I said, prices go up on May the 1st. So for those of you watching, if you are coming to Lanzarote and you are booking excursions, you need to book them before May the 1st, because on May the 1st, which is literally Wednesday next week, the prices go up. If you book before May the 3rd, I can give you a little insider tip that most booking systems for excursions have not got the ability to change prices like in advance to say, right, today's price is 56, the price in June will be 74. They can only change it when it changes. So 1st of May, everything goes up. That's everywhere around the world. So if you're going on holiday in general, have a look at the excursions before the 1st of May, because I can guarantee you after the 1st of May they're going up, and I can't do anything of it. The statue of the man on his knees outside the office says it all. Glad you sorted it. Jumbo is our favourite. Looking forward to trying the new Chinese in LaSalle next week. Well, apparently, Phil, the new Chinese... Oh, I know which Phil you are, Phil. Phil from La Cala. Phil and Tracy. Phil's on here, look. Phil Williams. I think it is, anyway. Is it you, Phil? I think it is. Let me know. Yeah, him and Tracy showed me around La Cala. It's fantastic, and they're going to show me around the Masons Lodge as well. That dodgy hotel that I think is a Masonic lodge. It's not, by the way. It's not. It's just a normal hotel. But yeah, Jumbo is another Chinese restaurant that I want to try. There's no buffets in Playa Blanca. The one in LaSalle that we're going to next door to Namaste is quite expensive, Mrs. TravelON says, unless you're a social media influencer and you get it for free. But it'll be the only time I'm bloody trying it, I'll tell you that now. But at least I always tell you when it's free, don't I? I always tell you when it's free, so you know. And like I always say, if it was not very good, I just wouldn't post the video. I'd just say, oh yeah, you know, I'm just editing it. So you'll never see that, and I'll never come on and say this is really bad and give a negative review. I just won't post it. So if you do see a video, whether I've paid for the meal or I got it free, it'll always be the truth. You know what I mean? It'll never be. I'll never do one and give it a bad review. I'd just rather not say. Winstrel Churchill is off to Rio Paraiso in Lanzarote in 8 days. Wow. No, you've been there. It's a really nice place. Looks massive. It's huge. Let me show you. See if we can see a picture of it on here. Let's have a look. Because I'll tell you why. I'll be able to show you what's around it. So I have done a video on Rio Paraiso. I've done two, I think. I've done two videos. And it's in Porto del Carmen, look. And it's right there. Look, I mean, when you say it's big, I mean, look at the bloody size of it. It's absolutely huge. So this is the reception area, and it's actually split into two parts. So you've got one side here. This is the main pool. So in this area here, you've got like the restaurant area. So when you come in reception, you go down the stairs. You've got a big restaurant area there. It's quite sort of open plan. And you've got the entertainment lounge and everything. And then you walk out and you've got these massive pools. Now, there is a back gate that leads you here, look. So the back gate takes you there. And then you're literally on Playa Los Pasillos. So right out the back gate, you're right on the beach. And then if you turn this way, so turn right, you'll go up to Matagorda area. And you've got the Matagorda Commercial Centre and all the bars and restaurants up there. If you turn left, hang on, no. You're facing this way, aren't you? If you turn left, you'll go up that way. And if you turn right, you'll go towards the Porto del Carmen main strip. And it'll probably take you from there to the start of the new town, here to the strip. Give yourself a good 25 minutes. But that's the easiest way to get onto the strip. There is like a back road here that brings you on, but it's huge. So this side is the main bit, and then there's another side over here. Look, this is how big it is. Look, see how long it lasts. Over here, look, is the other bit. So I did a couple of videos and saw a room tour on this side. This side's a lot quieter. There is a pool bar there and a restaurant for your all-inclusive. This side is proper quiet. This side is proper, not manic, but it is the busier side. It is the busier side. So Hopefully you've just seen that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what we got. Hi Dave, thanks for talking to me. Andy, for your video, Shandy, if you remember. Andy, when did I speak to you? And Andy Sharrett. I think I probably met you in the street, didn't I? Remind me. Janice is late, don't worry Janice, I almost wasn't here. Hope Nanny Jackie is okay. My mother's in Greece actually, Patrick. She's gone to visit her sister. Her sister's moved from America to Greece. Her sister's always lived in America. Well, moved there and married an American guy, but he was a Greek American guy, and I think they're that sick of all the politics in America. They've moved to Greece and they got accepted. They wrote a letter to the Greek authorities, said he's originally from Greece and that's where they met and they'd like to come and live there, and they gave him a visa and everything and said, yeah, you can come and live here, no problem at all. So she's in Athens, Patrick. Don't know whether she'll be watching. Thank you very much. Is Playa Honda worth a visit? Deck, it is, because it's got quite a nice sort of front area. It's if you walk past Matagorda and into the, and I don't think Google Maps will actually show me on here, but if you, so where Rio Paraiso is not far from here. So up this way, look, is that the Beatrice Playa? Yeah, that's the Beatrice Playa Hotel. So there's a walkway all the way along the front, yeah, and past the Beatrice Playa Hotel, and then you keep walking and keep walking and keep walking. That's the airport, look, that's where the planes land. There's the little thing, you can see all the planes land here. Look at the size of the bloody airport. So you can walk all the way past there, all the way past the airport. Probably take you about an hour, and then this is Playa Honda. Now, Playa Honda, I mean, look at the bloody size of it. It's one of the most built-up areas in Lanzarote. And I'll be honest with you, this is one of the main reasons for these protests, is because all of these houses, realistically, are houses that people would live in. But I can guarantee there's so many of them rented out as holiday homes now. Now, I'd understand these ones right at the front, because they're sort of, you know, beachfront locations. They would be holiday homes. But you're talking, you know, for example, right in the centre, and I'll show you that in a minute. But along this side, along all the front here, where all these beachside are, is some really nice bars and restaurants. So it's worth a visit if you want to go there, and it's also worth a visit if you want to go to the Dayland Shopping Centre, which is the big shopping centre. But you can see how big it is. But just to like give you an idea, look. So we'll just zoom in anywhere on one of the roads. So look, I mean, it's a residential area. Look, you've got a few sort of hamburger shops and stuff. These ones down on the front will probably be more holiday homes, but you know, it's places like this that are actually being rented out as tourist homes, you know. And Dayland Shopping Centre's just up there, but there is a few bars and restaurants sort of in there. But it's definitely a residential area. No excursions will pick up here. I mean, look, it's a residential area, but most of these places will be holiday homes. I bet that's a holiday home there, look. I bet they all are. So this is the problem. Before, Playa Honda was a place where mainly people lived, but a lot of the places have been rented out. Up here, look. I'll take you up here in Playa Honda. So this is what I meant. Do you remember when I said to you that they've in Playa Honda they've made all the businesses and all the places open, change all their signs to black and white? There's the example of it, look. So even like the Cash and Carry has had to change its sign, and Conforama, the furniture shop, has had to change its sign. Here you go, look, that's the main thing. So you can see how they've all changed to black and white. Google Maps is very up to date, isn't it? And then up here, look, is Dayland Shopping Centre. So this is the main shopping centre. It's got the only KFC on the island. There it is, Dayland Shopping Centre. It's got a Burger King, it's got a KFC, it's got a Lefties, which is very similar to Primark. Mrs. TravelON likes that. It's got a H&M, it's got a Sprinter Sports Shop. It's not as good as the Open Mall. The Open Mall is definitely better, but it is a nice place to visit. So yeah, is Playa Honda worth a visit? Yeah, if you want to have a look. Well, you can decide now, can't you? Because I've just bloody shown it, yeah. I've just shown it to you. Big Adi says he loves Matagorda. Let's have a look. Do you miss Tenerife? Yes, I do. I like Tenerife. Big Adi says Tracy and Phil's video of La Cala was good. Yeah. How nice that they will be building their own place. I know, and you should see it right in the hills. In the hills of Montaña Roca. Fantastic. Oh, La Opera in Playa Blanca. Yeah, Mrs. TravelON says La Opera. That's another place that's right next to Dayland. And it's one of them sort of old-fashioned. You remember the old 3-course meals that you used to be able to get back in the day? It all used to be 3-course meals now, didn't it? Like a 3-courser. They still sort of do that, and it's like they do a 3-course meal, but it's very sort of oldie, not old-fashioned, but sort of old-fashioned. Proper old-fashioned 3-course meal, but the food's amazing. Let's have a look. Which football team do you support? I don't really. Triple D. I don't really support football. I'm not really into it for some reason. Never have been Triple D. I was always just chasing the ladies. I don't hate football, Patrick. I don't hate football. But, however, I have got a conspiracy theory about football. Should we tell you? So I was watching something about football and concerts and stuff like that. And back in the days, like in the Roman Emperor time, the reason they built like the Colosseum, you know, the big sort of Colosseum, was basically to keep the locals happy, because there was going to be a revolution and all the normal people of the world were going to revolt against the emperor. So he said, let's build this Colosseum, keep them entertained, and they won't revolt. And that is what football is to me. Keeps everyone entertained while they screw you behind your back. So yeah, I'm not really a football fan. I was too busy chasing the ladies, but I don't hate football or hate football fans. I do think that when I do watch the football, when I ever do, and I see when Jack has his mates round and they're all take it so seriously, and it's like, oh, and they're like head in their hands and stuff like that, and going in moods if you lose and stuff. And I do speak to a lot of football fans that are so passionate about the game, which brilliant, fantastic. If that's what you're interested in, that's what you're passionate about. But then I do sort of think that the same people will go to the football, watch the football, and like, sing songs and get really passionate and all join together. And that's the strongest force that you've got, is a load of men and women, but mainly men, all together, all singing the same thing and all, you know, supporting the same thing. And then they go home, and then, or, you know, they'll go home or they'll be in the pub talking about real issues that are really screwing the world up, and they won't get together and fight for that. Do you get what I mean? So that's always been my issue with football. The game is there, and it brings so many people together as a strong sort of, not revolution, but a strong unit, you know, that could turn around to the powers to be and say, we ain't having this. And I think it's the football fans of the world that could get together, you know, and say, we don't want to do this anymore. I'll see you later. If the passion was there for the things that really annoy you, I think that passion for football could be used for better things, and we could all just go, come on, and take over the world. Phil said, contacted the owner of Casa Embacadora end of August, September. Oh my God, I'm coming to see that one. I'm coming to see that, Phil. I can't wait to see that. You've just described normal Saturday at NTFC. Exactly, Nicola. I know you're a big football fan, but you're proper passionate about it as well. And I love seeing the football fans like singing and getting together and this, that and the other. And I think, God, if you could do that for some causes that are actually, that I know deep down everybody agrees with, but they won't. You know, and I think that sort of power, the power of football supporters when they're all in the stadium, all singing for the same thing, could really, really turn this world around. But we've all been silenced, haven't we? We're all too scared to say things. That's why we go to football and you'd be like, oh, because you're all right saying that. Hey, Stuart, how are you? It's booked Fuerteventura for November. I'm coming over, Stuart, to have a look at that drone. 22 men chasing a bag of wind. I'll never get it. And women now, Sandra. And women now. Bloody hell, what an answer. I thought you were Villa. Nah, Blues. Blues, Triple D. If anybody asks, I do say I support Birmingham City because I'm from Birmingham. And sort of Aston Villa was a little bit further down from me. And I think my mate was a Birmingham fan, so I just went with him. I just went, yeah, I support Birmingham with him. I think I went to one football match in my whole life. I've been to one. Even in Steve, people need to put their passion in real issues. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. TravelON. Thanks for agreeing with me for once. Triple D, don't ask him about the shape of the earth. Don't get me started on the flat earth either, Triple D. If you're new to the channel, oh God, I've got so many conspiracies. Sun and the moon were out this morning, like massive. The moon was like full moon and the sun was like right next to it, literally touching each other. You couldn't have got any closer. Alfie's on. Good evening, Alfie. I haven't seen you for a while on here. How is the airport? How is the tourism? And after travelling tours, football is a thing that you can talk about all day. I know. And football fans do talk about it all day. I don't know where you all get your energy from, honestly. I don't know where you all talk about it. It's like you proper talk about it as well. Jack supports Barcelona. Yeah, Jack's not really into football, but he does. He has his mates round. That was another thing. See, I don't know why we're on a football talk, but we are. So, because we've got a dodgy box, because we've got a dodgy box to put the proper TV on, which a load of people have got here, a load of Brits and sort of people from the UK and Ireland have got dodgy boxes on a Fire Stick to watch like UK TV and stuff. Well, we're the only ones that, well, all Jack's mates are Spanish. He hasn't really got any English friends at all. So all the Spanish kids are like, oh, Barcelona and Madrid are playing. Can we come round your house? And of course, I cook all bloody. I do big fried KFC chicken, and it's become a thing now. And it's like, Dad, can they come round? I'm like, how many? 9. I have to go and get the chicken and the breadcrumbs. Will you do the chicken? They're all talking about the chicken. They really want the chicken. So, yeah, I can't get away from football. Can't get away from it. Thank you, Neil. Yeah, if you want to book excursions, you can go to our website, TravelON.world and excursionslanzarote.com, and you use the code TTK, you'll get a little discount for you. I might go live from out and about on a Thursday night. I'm thinking I've got everything with me that I can take that little laptop and go live. Neil said football is boring. Rugby, however, never really watched rugby or sports at all, Neil. I never really got into any of the sports. I really didn't. I don't know why. Just something I never really got into. But then again, all the lads that I hung around, we weren't into football either. It's like a little private club. We were just into females. That was it. There was nothing else of importance. It was just the female species. And we'd just go out every single night looking for ladies. I ain't gonna lie to you, am I? I'm always honest, and I'm always honest. I ain't got time for football. There's too many. There was too many young ladies in the world. Where's your mega walk going to be this week? I never know, Bob. Never ever know until sort of Saturday evening, and I think, where the bloody hell should I go tomorrow? Gaz said, defo look at the dolphin sunset boat. Defo looking at, right, Gaz, let me show you the dolphin sunset boat. I'll give you the idea of 2. Look, so go to our website, TravelON World. Proper simple. Let me just have a look on there. Yep, there it is. Choose your destination. We'll go Lanzarote, and then you can go up to the top and go to boat trips. Look. So sunset wise, what have you got? One's 48, one's 46. In fact, the one on the catamaran is cheaper. Now these will go up, I think on the 1st of May, and if I'm right, that one's going to be 54, and I think that one's going to be 54 as well, or 50. Well, that one's 56, that one's 54. I don't remember, but you've got 2. Book it before the 1st of May, you'll get these prices, and use the code TTK, and you'll get a discount. If you book it after 1st of May, it's going up. You can still use the discount, but you won't save any money. So you've got the Lanzarote Sunset Cruise. This one is on a yellow boat, so this is the boat that it's on. See if I can zoom into that. Open imaging. So that's the boat that it's on. It's like a speedboat, okay? So it's not as comfortable and relaxing as the catamaran. But if you think, if the dolphins are over there, these are going to get there faster. You know what I mean? Dolphins come and go. If you see them. There's no guarantee. It does say on here, look, in big letters, just, you know, to make it clear, there's no guarantee to see them. It's not like Tenerife. In Tenerife, you are guaranteed to see them every single time you go out. There's loads of them, hundreds of pilot whales and dolphins. Here, it's a little bit different. They are there, and a lot of people see them, but it's not guaranteed. So that's the speedboat. That one's more fun, but you only get like a little glass of like bubbly and like a little sort of cake and stuff at sunset. So there's no sort of food involved in that one. But that one's more if you want to see the dolphins and sort of have a better chance of seeing them on the faster boat. If you just want to see the sunset and you want to do a sort of chill cruise, then definitely look at this one. This one's on the catamaran. Is that the catamaran? Let's have a look. Let me have a look. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this one's on the big catamaran like this, yeah? And I've done a video on this one, in fact, and we didn't see the dolphins, and it was a crap day. It wasn't a crap day. The clouds were covering the sunset. So all in all, we've got to go back and do a better video. But on this one, you get a lot better food. You get sort of all-inclusive drinks. There's loads of space to walk around. You've got a big sort of underneath area with a bar and everything. You get your drinks included. You get like a mojito on arrival. You got free-flowing soft drinks and stuff. It's a lot better value for money, and you get like canapes, like tortilla on bread. Food's actually quite nice. Only like nibbles, but if the dolphins are over there, that boat ain't getting there very quick. It will try, but you've got more chance of seeing the dolphins on the yellow boat if they're there. But you've got more chance to chill out and relax on this one. So I hope that helps. It gives you an idea of sort of both, doesn't it? So there you go. All tourist attractions are going up for the 1st of May. Alfie, they've bloody already gone up. I've said it before. Timofire National Park has gone from 12 to 20, hasn't it? Already. That went up beginning of the year. But yeah, all of the like tours and boat trips are going up from the 1st of May indeed. The airport is having an upgrade in Terminal 1 and 2 to make it more modern. Right, I'm there, Alfie. I've still got to get there. I was even going to book a flight to England just so I could try the KFC in the airport. There's a KFC in the airport now. And I bet you've got a little card to get through, haven't you? And a Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Is it? Yeah, KFC and Pizza Hut, isn't it? There used to be a Pizza Hut when I was a rep, and then they closed it. But we used to have a card to go through, and you used to be able to go and get Pizza Hut. Triple D, how old are you? 1978. What's that? 46. I don't even know. Let's have a look. There is 3 blokes sit by me at walk, and all they talk about is football. Linda, I don't know how you put up with it. I'd walk away. What bus number do I get from the ferry port to the airport to go plane spotting? Right, I'm going to say the 60, and that'll take you by Dayland and drop you there. Or the 161. That'll get you up to there. I'm over in the UK at London Gatwick Airport. You need a permit. Permit to spot planes now? Really? I could understand if you need a permit to fly a drone. Well, you can't fly them around airports, can you? You need a permit to spot planes. Jesus Christ, they're gonna start taxing you for train spotting next, aren't they? Who said Famara? Yeah, Famara's not a lot to keep the viewers watching. Yeah, unfortunately, on the lives, on the TikTok lives and the lives walks around, if I go to Famara or something like that, it's just a beach. No one will watch. People like to see all the other people on holiday. If I pass a bar full of people, it's like people are glued to it because they want to see what's going on. People are nosy. She's literally booking the catamaran as we speak. I'll be happy with the sunset. There you go, guys. Well, enjoy the sunset on the catamaran. Fantastic. You make sure to use that discount code TTK. Colin Francis, you saw the dolphins a few days ago in Tenerife. The photos were amazing. Yeah, Tenerife, you're guaranteed to see the dolphins. Guaranteed. If you don't, you get to go again. But I will. I was going to say this to Mrs. TravelON before. We need to do some excursions before the summer comes, because we can't get on them when you lot all hit the island, because they get fully booked. So I need to do it. Have you turned on all messages? No, I haven't. Big AD. There you go. Why give me the option of top chats? Just show me the bloody chats. Hate YouTube. Oh, we got some footballers on here. Look, Andy's cheering on the Gunners. All people that work at the airport have airside pass as I work at the ramp. Oh, fantastic, Alfie! So you can go to Pizza Hut whenever you want, can't you? Right, Alfie. I'm gonna have to come and speak to you. We're gonna have to get me a pizza. Any conspiracies this week? No, not really. I've already done the football conspiracy, haven't I, with the Colosseum? The distraction, the football distraction. And that's why I think football players are paid so much as well, because they do such a good job at distracting the world. They do such a good job, don't they? It's like, yeah, he's doing an amazing job. These lot are all watching him play football. Now let's go and do this. Let's go and do this. They won't even see. There's a police helicopter over Nicola's house. Go and see what's going on. Go and see what's going on. Anybody else's mother do that? As soon as you heard a police car, it should be at the window. Police car and ambulance, be at the window looking like that. What's going on? What's going on out there? That would be the entertainment for the night, wouldn't it? And you'd be talking about it for the next 3 days. Alfie's on the pizza. If anybody wants a pizza, speak to Alfie. He'll grab it for you from Pizza Hut, and we can all meet him at the arrivals, and we'll just collect it off him. Fantastic. Where do your family go on holiday? Andy, it's a difficult one, that. And it's always been a difficult one, because where do you go on holiday when you live on holiday? Not that I'm always on holiday, but I live in a holiday resort. So it's a little bit tricky, Andy. Where do you go? We mainly, if we plan a big holiday, like a major holiday, which we haven't been on for a long, long time. We did Florida once. We did Lapland with the kids. Then were the two big holidays that we went on. But it's like, I wouldn't like go to Egypt or Greece or anything like that for like a beach holiday, because what's the point? You know, a beach is a beach. I'd rather go for like a city holiday, like to Barcelona or Madrid or something like that, and do something like that. England and Tenerife. If it's like a short break, like a weekend or something, we might pop over to Fuerteventura or Tenerife, because especially Tenerife, because it's got so much to do over there. That's like a real holiday to us, Tenerife. I love it. But again, if we do that too many times, that'll get boring as well. But I'd like to buy a little holiday home in Tenerife, and just pop over, because a 45-minute flight, it makes sense. What or whose other vlogs do you watch? I don't really watch them, Bob. I'm trying to cut down on watching anything, because especially TikTok, because you fall into a zombie state once you start flicking. TikTok's very clever. TikTok knows exactly what you want to see. So if you like dogs, it'll show you a video of a dog, and you'll flick through and you go, oh, I like dogs, and it knows if you've stayed on it for 3 or 4 seconds, you'll go, this guy likes dogs. I'm going to send another one. I'm going to send another one. I'm going to send another. Then it'll try you with something else. Football, for example. You know, Aston Villa. Oh, this guy's an Aston Villa fan. Let's push that. But they'll know everything about you. TikTok is a dangerous, dangerous game. It knows everything. So, of course, mine's just full of young girls. Alfie goes, what you watching, Dad? I'm watching TikTok. And he'll go, let me look. And he'll go, I bet it's girls. I said, no, it's not. But TikTok is dangerous. Let's have a look. How much does it cost to go to Madrid, Barcelona or Seville from Lanzarote? If you're a resident here, Andy, you get what's called a residence discount. So even when we go over to Tenerife on the Binter flights, we get what's called a resident discount. And then sometimes it's really cheap, because like Ryanair will fly over to here, and then they'll fly over to Barcelona or Madrid to go from Madrid back to England. So you can sometimes get a really like dirt cheap deal, like 20-30 quid. Really, really cheap. Well, that was last time we went, which was many years ago. It's probably gone up now. Mrs. TravelON watches far too much true crime. Do you, Mrs. TravelON? I don't know. I don't watch the same as she does. She always says to me, can we watch this series? And I say, you can't commit. This is the problem with Mrs. TravelON. She's downstairs on here. I'm upstairs. So we live separate lives in this bloody house, I tell you. But like on a night time, I'll go to bed like really early, like 9 o'clock. I'm always in bed at 9 o'clock. But I'll watch a bit of telly before that. So I'll watch a series. I like to watch a series like Netflix or something like that. Or I'll download something. And she'll go, oh, this new series is on. Can we watch it? And I'm like, no, because you can't commit. She won't commit to it. Now, if there's a series with 5 episodes, I need to watch them 5 episodes in 5 days. But no, she'll want to watch one. And then it'll be one in a couple of weeks. And then another one. Look, if I'm starting to watch something, I'm watching it all, and then I'm moving on to the next one. And she can't commit because at the night time, she pithers around till about 10:30. By the time she's come upstairs, I'm like, I'm going to sleep now. I'm tired. I've been watching an hour and a half of bloody Netflix. But she wants to watch one, Esmeralda or something, some stuff. So we'll see if she can commit. She can't commit to anything. Me and Jack commit to things. If we say, right, we're going to watch the new Walking Dead, it'd be right. Every night we'll go, right, we're watching The Walking Dead tonight. Yeah. But we're currently watching The Apprentice because I didn't even know The Apprentice was on. And if you didn't know, I actually applied for The Apprentice and I got quite far in the interview stages and then I screwed it up. I might reapply for it. I'm too old now, though, ain't I? I'm too old. They're all kids, but what a load of plunkers. Gee. But they for The Apprentice, they look for idiots, don't they? With 1 or 2 decent people inside that they know is probably going to win. But yeah, The Apprentice, we're watching that. We're only on about four in, so don't tell me who won. But what a load of knobheads. What a load of knobheads. That's the youth of today. We're screwed, aren't we? Jamie says, book Cat Lanza for yourself for June. Fantastic. Done it last year. Cat Lanza's beautiful. So Cat Lanza, I'll just show you the Cat Lanza boat. Let me go on to scene 2. So Cat Lanza, look, is in the boat trip section as well. So Cat Lanza have actually got 2. They've got the adults only and the family. So it's on the same catamaran. They've got a few catamarans actually, Cat Lanza. They're the most, probably the longest established catamaran company on the island. They're Irish owned. And I think, God, they've been around since I was a rep. But the adults only one, whether it's the adults only or kids, they go out 4 hours. They go down to Papagayo Bay. Amazing catamaran, really good service as well, and they do all sorts of stuff on there. When they drop anchor, they've got like stand-up paddle and stuff. They do like a champagne cocktail on the adults only one. On the family one, I think if I'm right, it's beer, sangria, and that, and you get a really nice fresh pasta lunch. And then it goes right down to Papagayo Bay, where it docks at Papagayo Bay. Right here, look. That's where it docks. That's the Cat Lanza there. So right by the beach. And there it'll do all the swimming and snorkeling. They used to have a jet ski. So a jet ski used to pick you up and go zooming round. But that got stopped because of the do-gooders of the world. So they don't do the jet ski anymore. But they still do loads of stuff on there. They do yoga on the adults only one. Do the old yoga on the boat. But Cat Lanza's really good service. And the good thing about Cat Lanza is they only put a certain amount of people on the boat, so they never overcrowd it. They're very, very sort of aware of like bad reviews and stuff, so they make sure that there's plenty of room on the boats. They're really good, really focus on service. So Cat Lanza's brilliant. But yeah, that was another thing. So what back in the day, before the do-gooders got involved and the woke brigade and the health and safety and all this BS, used to have the jet ski on Cat Lanza. That was amazing. It was one of the biggest selling points. People loved it. Guy would come on the jet ski, take you round. He took Alfie on it. He absolutely loved it. They stopped that. I think it was Jet 2. It was Jet 2 or TUI. It might have been one of them. Said that we can't sell the product because of the jet ski. It's classed as a dangerous activity. I mean, everyone's got travel insurance, but they had to stop putting that on. And then submarine used to have the diver come down and feed the stingray and all the fish around the windows, and like he'd do wedding proposals and all sorts of stuff. And they stopped that as well. I can't remember why. That was the government that said that if you can't send the diver down without, like, you know, 10 other divers to protect him or something. That was some health and safety nonsense. So that was another thing that was ruined by do-gooders of the world. There's too many of them, aren't there? Focusing on shit that don't matter. Adults only from 16 or 18 years. From 16. So if you're 16, you can go on the adults only one. It's more when they say adults only. Is it 14? No, I think it's 16. As long as they're like adulty, they're all right. They can't drink on there, but they can go on there. Sue says she can't stand Lord Sugar. I quite like Lord Sugar, although he cracks some really crap jokes. I read his book. He's had quite a good life. I didn't know he invented the Amstrad computer. Do you remember the Amstrad games and that? Where you used to go down when you used to go down the local shop and buy a cassette with a game on, 99p, and then they'd have the new ones in, and you go down to Steve Taylor's News Agents was down by me in Longbridge. Neil, you might remember that. Do you remember Steve's? It was by what pub was it called? I can't even remember. Steve's News Agents. Brilliant place. You used to go down and get your cassettes, didn't you, for your Spectrum and your Amstrad. Get back, put it in there. 3 hours later it'd load, and then it would crash. Then you'd load it again, then it would crash. And then eventually it'd work, and you'd get about two minutes on it. Your mum would tell you to go to bed. Well, them were the days, weren't they? Them were the days. Amstrad, Commodore 64, and then it got a little bit good with the Amiga 500. Do you remember that one? I had an Amiga 500. That was brilliant. Games loaded really fast, and now we're on PlayStation 5. Jesus Christ, it's like you're living in the computer. It's like you're part of it. Amazing how things have got that techie in such short amount of time is actually quite worrying, isn't it? Another conspiracy. They're digging up the secrets from somewhere. I reckon they've got all this technology ready and they're just releasing it bit by bit. No one's inventing that. I mean, it's gone from playing ping tennis to the bloody VR PlayStation. It's ridiculous. Nelly said the Iron Man is the 18th of May. Is that when it is? 18th of May. Right, I'll make sure I won't leave the house on that day because the roads will be rammed full of cyclists. No, I don't mind the Iron Man. The Iron Man used to be really good. It used to be such a really cool event, and again they ruined it. It used to be in Porto del Carmen, so everyone would go down to watch the swim. I never did do that. I think I might go this year, because, well, for you guys I might as well do a video on it, hadn't I? But it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then you watch them all go in the swimming. That looks pretty cool, watching that. And then you'd sort of chill for the day while they went round on the cycles, and then you'd be in Porto del Carmen just on the strip, and they'd cycle in, and like everyone would be cheering and stuff like that, and then they'd go running up and down the strip. So you'd have all these people running up and down, and there was just such a good atmosphere, and everyone clapping everybody on. And then I think the people in Arrecife and Playa Honda kicked off and said, "Oh, we're not getting we're not getting any support for Iron Man. Everyone's down in Porto del Carmen." So they extended it for the run is literally all the way to Arrecife. So now you just get like 5 people in like different areas going like that, whereas before it was in one street, it was in the main strip, and the atmosphere was fantastic. But because they put the marathon bit so far, there's just not enough people to go that far. They ruined it again. So many people ruining things with stupid ideas. I blame the woke brigade for some reason. The family one we booked, fantastic. A 9-year-old loves it. So on the family Catalanza, you'll get to tie knots and all sorts. I treat the kids like royalty. Kids will love it. They really focus on the kids. Can we arrange a TravelON fans only boat party trip? I can arrange it. Don't think there'd be many people that would be there at the right time. I used to do the boat trips, didn't I? That got ruined as well. The young people didn't want to do it. All they want to do is sit and look at their phone. Just wanted to shout for the Green Clinic in Playa de las Americas, who treated my daughter for an appendix this week. Oh my God. We came back yesterday. Make sure to get insurance. Wow, how fantastic, Colin. Well, not fantastic, how bad, but how fantastic that they sorted it all out. Jeez. So she had an appendix on holiday. I bet you are glad you got insurance, because if you didn't, that would have cost you an absolute fortune. So yeah, I mean, there are these private clinics, and I said it in one of the videos. I think it was the video about, they're saying that the mass tourism, the hospitals are full. The local hospital has nothing to do with tourists. You might get a few tourists that will go in there with the old E111 card, but I think that don't even work anymore. But Colin obviously had insurance and went to the private clinics. The private clinics are more than happy to deal with your sort everything out, because they'll claim it off your insurance. So that would have been an expensive bill. So I'm glad you had insurance, Colin, and I'm glad she's all right. And yeah, big shout out to the Green Clinic in Playa de las Americas. There you go. But the health service here is fantastic, whether it be the NHS style sort of public or the private. Big AD is panicking. Switch on the air. Switch the on air sign. Is it on air sign? Not on. Oh, Big AD. Boom. There you go. Thanks, Big AD. Keep me in check. Can't use global health card whilst on holiday. No, I don't think you can anymore. I don't think you can. Go woke, go broke. I totally agree with that, Janice. Totally agree with that. Computers are from aliens. They are from alien technology, I'm telling you. And all the alien technology is in the Antarctic. I'm telling you that now. Why do you think nobody can go to the Antarctic? Why do you think every single government has signed an agreement? All these governments that are all arguing with each other and can't agree on black and white, you know what I mean? Can't agree on anything. This is this. I don't agree with this. We're going to argue with this. We're going to have a war about this. They've all bloody signed to say no one can go to the Antarctic, because under that ice is all the technology from the aliens. And that's what I mean. They've either already dug it up and they're just releasing it bit by bit, like bloody Tesla cars and all that sort of stuff, or there's some magic man that's inventing it. Come on. Definitely that. Where's the binter? What's the binter, Nicola? That was it. Neil, see, Neil, you must have bloody grown up right by me. Steve's was opposite the Jolly Fitter pub in Longbridge Lane. It was indeed. Steve's what's it? Steve's Newsagents. I actually went for a shoplifting stage at Steve's Newsagent. We've all been for a shoplifting stage, haven't we? I didn't rob anything bad. I just robbed a couple of them pogs. Do you remember them pogs that used to like bend over and then put on the floor, and then like you'd wait like that and they go and fly in the air? I robbed a couple of them from Steve. Don't tell him. He's probably not even here anymore, is he? He'll be all right. He'll be rolling in his grave now. I robbed a couple of pogs from there. Yeah, I did. I went for a little shoplifting stage when I was at school. It only lasted about 3 weeks. I robbed some pogs, and then I got caught in the other newsagents down the road. She caught me robbing a receipt pad. Don't know why I was robbing a receipt pad, but she caught me. She said, "I'm going to tell your mum." I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. I never did it again. I never robbed anything again." I never did. Pogs were so easy to rob, though. You just go in and say, "All right, Steve, good morning. I'm just having a few of these. See you later," and I'll buy 10 pence worth of sweets as well. They were brilliant. Does anybody... I'll tell you what's just reminding me about... We'll go back in time now. We'll have a little memory time. Does anybody remember when Coca-Cola did the yo-yos? Who remembers that? If you remember that, type in yo-yo on there. Who remembers when Coca-Cola did the yo-yos? You used to get Fanta, Sprite, Coca-Cola yo-yos, and you'd peel the thing off. Remember when cans were actually like really cool, and you'd like rip it off, and then you'd have that little bit that can cut you, slice your face up with it. And then if it was gold, you'd go into Steve's newsagent and say, "Steve, I've got a Fanta one," and he'd give you a Fanta yo-yo. And yeah, look, yo-yo, you're all on the yo-yos, doing the spin, and then they taught you how to do the tricks. Do you remember? And you'd get really good. I used to be able to do the ice cream, the Eiffel Tower, walk the dog. I'm going to get a yo-yo tomorrow. I'm going to go shop and buy one. But then in Steve's newsagent, they came round the school, like doing a presentation. They said, "We're going to have a yo-yo competition." and you had to go with your yo-yo and like do the competition. And I think I came third. But if you got first, you go to another one, and then there was like a yo-yo championship. What a time to be alive! That was a proper time to be alive, wasn't it? With the spinner yo-yos. And who got a gold one? I got the gold one. I think you either... Did you have to collect, like... I've just gone blur there. And gone... Yeah. Did you have to collect the... Did you have to collect 10 to get a gold one? Or did you actually have to get a gold one? I can't remember. But I had a gold Coca-Cola one. God, they were brilliant then, weren't they? Them were the days to be alive. Them and Cabbage Patch bloody cards that smell... I can still smell the chewing gum from the Cabbage Patch Kids cards that used to collect. I'm going to have to try to get one of them yo-yos. Has anybody still got theirs? Has anybody still got their yo-yo? That I'm going to try and get some yo-yos. I'm going to have a look on their eBay. I bet someone's selling them. I bet they're worth a fortune. The amount I had, I bet... Walk the dog trick. Do you remember that? You used to spin it. So you go like that, spin it, and then because the string would sort of... You had to have a special string, didn't you? Like a loop. It would spin the yo-yo, and then you just touch the floor, and it'd go off like that. And then the Eiffel Tower, I could still do the Eiffel Tower now. You used to spin it, and you go like that, and then there'd be an Eiffel Tower. And Rock the Baby, when you used to spin it, and you'd do a triangle, and then you'd bring it up, and it'd rock like that. Rock the Baby. Bloody hell, yo-yo. God, we're right getting back, right by the Jolly Fitter pub. The Jolly Fitter pub got closed down, Neil. It got taken over. I must have been about 17, 18. It got taken over, and we went down there for the opening night, and a gang from another place had come down and just battered everybody. There was police everywhere, and after that fight, so the new owners took over. They came down, battered everybody. I just about got away with it. I was hid around by the pool table, I think. Massive fight, bloody blood everywhere. And then police came, got closed down and turned into flats after that. Dodgy local pubs. They follow Yo-Yo Village on TikTok. He sells them and shows them all the tricks. No way. He was a yo-yo champion. Does he sell the... Oh, got to go on there. I'll follow him, Neil. How cool is that? No yo-yos, but got a tube of pogs. I remember pogs as well. Bloody hell. What was the other thing that you used to get? Do you remember them plastic rockets that you used to put like the strip of caps in? Or you get the circle caps, you break one off and put it in the rocket, and like it had like a metal top and like a little spring, and you put the cap in, you'd lob it in the air, and then it'd the weight of the top would bring it down, and it'd bang. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. And now what have we got? PlayStation 5s and tablets and phones. Just popped on and I had a smelly felt tip. There you go. Hello, Joanne. How are you? Yeah, smelly felt tips as well. And rubbers. Not them kind of rubbers. Erasers is the American term, isn't it? Sounds better. Smelly rubbers as well. Nerd sweets. They've still got nerd sweets, bub. They still do nerd sweets. You've seen the bloody price of them. You have to be a bloody nerd to buy them. They're the most expensive things in the world. Nerds. Yeah, they've still do nerds. My mate had a gold one. I tried to nick it off her, but she was having none of it. I had a gold one. I bet the golds. Should we have a little look? Let's have a little look. God, we don't have to do some random shit on here, don't we? I'm meant to be promoting my business here, not talking about this crap. eBay. Let's have a look. Gold Coke yo-yo. $15. Look at there they are, look. There they are in all their glory. $80. And that's scratched up as well, look. With €16 ship. That was them from America. Why am I in America? Well, let's see if I can go into co.uk. Let's have a little look there. ebay.co.uk. Let's have a little look. Yo-yo Coke gold. £12.50. That's not bad, but them are screwed up. Look, 10 quid for an old one like that. Look at that. Oh, I don't remember that one, the black one. That looks cool. 60 quid. Jesus, no wonder I don't remember that. I had that one. I definitely had the Diet Coke one. Or was that the normal Coke? Was Coke? No, that was a normal Coke, wasn't it? I definitely had the red one. That one's, look. No, that's not a real one. There's a gold one, look. Wow, look at that. I've got to get one. £78.65. Who's got a gold one? Who's still got one? Get it sold. I don't remember them. Them look like dodgy Chinese ones, to be honest. That looks dodgy as well. But no, the real ones are up there, look. 78.65, and that's still got marks on. Could have stayed to that one for a tenner. Bloody hell. I'm getting one. Find me a gold spinner. I'll give you a free excursion. Yeah, let's have a look. I used to collect erasers. I still have them at my mum and dad's. Oh, bloody hell. Mrs. TravelON, when you go back to England in June, bring all your, I would say crap, bring all your crap back in the suitcase and we'll do a memory thing. I bet you've got My Little Ponies and all sorts. We'll do a girls version. Mr. TravelON, I'm up too young, but do you have a Fame t-shirt? I never watched Fame, me, Joanne. Never really floated my boat, that. Dave, do you ever go... Did you ever do the BRMB walkathon? Bloody hell, I did. I did do the BRMB bloody walkathon as well. Do you remember that? Who remembers? Here's another one, Big Ada. You're just getting me to remember things. Who remembers in the summer holiday when they did that thing with the buses? I don't know if this was a Midlands thing, but with West Midlands Travel, or they probably did it maybe wherever you were. But you used to have like a card, and like it was where all the buses go, and like you could tick them off, give you something to do in the summer holidays. What are they doing now? Nothing. They're just putting a phone in kids' hands and letting them go and stab each other around the bloody streets and talk like this, you know. And you got kids talking like bloody gangsters. But you used to get this list of places you could go on the bus. You had to tick them off. It was like an adventure. Me and my mate Andrew Darby used to go travelling all over the place. We'd go and get the bus. That'd be us for the day. We'd be out in the middle of bloody nowhere going to see absolutely nothing, but we'd be just sat on a bus. Pepsi can pencil case. I don't remember that. I saw a really cool TikTok on school bags. I wonder if I could find it. Let's see if we can find that. Let me see if I can find it. Let's have a little look. TikTok. Let's see if I can find this. Retro school bags. Look, see, TikTok. There's my TikTok. Look, just bloody women. Retro school bags. Who remembers them? Let's see if I can find it. No, I don't think I can. There was a really cool TikTok, showed all the old school bags. In fact, I sent it to Mrs. TravelON. Where's my phone gone? Let me just have a little look while I'm on here. 1 second. Let's see if I can find it. Something just beeped then. Don't know what that was. Something just gone on? Gone off? Oh, that's just... Right, my battery's gone. We'll do that on another one. I'll get the video up. But it was pictures of old school bags from the Argos Catalogue. Absolute mad. In fact, bet I can find a picture of it. Come on, give me a picture. Give me a picture. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we can get that. Sod off. Who remembers these? Who remembers these school bags? Do you remember them? See if I can zoom in. Right, we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do a blast from the past. Oh, here we go. I think I can zoom in there. Look at these. Let's just make sure you can see them. Oh, hang on. I'm on the wrong one. Here we go. I'm bloody on the wrong thing, hadn't I? Look at these. Who remembers these? Who remembers these from the Argos Catalogue? The head bags and the Jaguar ones. Who had a Jaguar bag? I bet Neil had a Jaguar bag. I had this one, the green one. I had the green Jaguar bag, and I had that one as well, the head one that zipped off. Is there any more? Oh, look at this. You can flick through the old catalogue. Oh, my days. Who has put this on? Oh my God, right. Are you ready for this? Let me just make sure you can all see it. Let me move my fat head out of the way. Let me just make sure you can see it. 1 second. This is going to be remarkable. Let me move me down here. I can't answer your questions at the moment or see you because we're going through this bloody amazing thing that I've just found. Look at them school bags. Who remembers them? Look at them. Them must be the girls version. I bet Mrs. TravelON had them. I definitely had the Jaguar one. I had the Jaguar green one. High tech as well. Do you remember high tech trainers? High tech bags. Look at that. That is amazing. Oh, look at them tracksuits. Who had them? Shell suits. Do you remember them? What was the name of the shell suit that we used to get? I can't even look at your comments because I can't see it. You'll have to discuss it amongst yourselves. Look at them shell suits. I definitely had a shell suit as well. That is ridiculous. Get your weights as well. Look, weight training. Look at that. God, there was enough weight training. Bloody hell, they were trying to keep us fit back in them days, weren't they? That was all your luggage and that. That's boring, 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 boring. That's all your stuff. Let's go back here. I'll tell you what else. Let's see if we can find anything else. I'm going to have to get on this and we're going to have to do a proper Argos Catalogue look through. Them are car seats. Is this actually the Argos Catalogue? Don't think it is, you know. It is as well. Argos Superstore. All your gardening stuff. It's the bags that I like. There's got to be some more retro bags. Let's have a look. No, there's definitely a better page than that. I can't believe I just found that. Oh my God, look at this one. There's another one here, look. Let's have a look at this one. See what we've got in here. Get rid of the garden stuff. Come on. Get me to something good. Oh, cameras. Who remembers them? You used to be able to get some really cool cameras, didn't you? They had everything, didn't they, Argos? Oh, ladies' stuff. I thought I was a naughty page then. Sunbeds. You could get yourself a sunbed for 249 quid that went over your bed. Who remembers them? They just went over your bed, didn't they? Do you remember them? You used to plug it in and it would slide under your bed and you just lie there burning to death. Absolute craziness. Bloody hell. There's a naked woman there at the Argos Catalogue. Look. There's an actual naked woman in the shower of the Argos Catalogue. What the hell is going on? Can you imagine the woke of today? They'd go mad, trust me, to spot that. I want to get to the bags. Come on. Oh, God, look at them lights. Who had one of them? Look at the state of them. Bloody hell. And then the fires, your fake fires. They've gone all LED now as well, haven't they? Fan heaters and electric blankets. Who had an electric blanket? Who's still got an electric blanket? Don't know why I'm asking you because I'm not even looking at your comments. Because I'm looking at this. Batman, Fireman Sam. I think this one's an up-to-date one, really. Look at the state of them vacuums. Now we've got Dysons, look. Again, look at the state of them vacuums. They were the vacuums of our time, look. The Vax wasn't bad, was it? And the what was the one with the eyes on? Microwaves. Now we've got air fryers, haven't we? Look at the state of them toasters with flowers on. Carving knives. Anybody got a carving knife? No one. I've never seen anybody use a carving knife for a long time. Crap kettles. Come on, where's the bags? Come on, get me to the bags. Oh, look at them. Fine china, look. Who remembers Royal Dalton and these blue things? Look, do you remember your nan used to always have these plates with the blue Chinese design on? I bet there's somebody with them still, haven't they? And Royal Dalton, you'd know when the Royal Dalton come out, you'd know you're in for a treat. That was the good stuff, wasn't it? God, briefcases, pens, always the girls stuff, rings, loads of rings, and that sovereign rings in Argos, wasn't there? You could always go and get a good old sovereign look. Bloody hell. I shall have a look at your comments in a minute and catch up on them. I'm just trying to get to the bloody bags. We're going to have to go through this, aren't we? Bloody hell. Nah. I'm going to have to... We're in the bloody toy section now. Calculators. Look at them calculators. Don't need them anymore, do we? Typewriters, Casio keyboards, Walkman. Here we go, look. Who recognises the Walkmans? Look. No MP3 players then, was there? How much was a Walkman back in them? Bloody hell, 89 quid some of them Walkmans were. Unbelievable. Oh, who remembers these? The Alba high-tech system with a record player at the top, a 2-tape deck so you could record things. Wow, look at that. 199 quid for the best one. Gold Star. Here we go. You just go to the most expensive. 449. Look, a Sony. Look at that. God, you'd have been top of the pile with them. Look at the state of them TVs as well. Oh my days. There you go. Argos Catalogue. Shit we talk about on this live. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Henry, right, let's have a look at your comments. I'm back. Sorry, I went off on one there. Green Shield stamps were a thing in my day. I still have an Argos suitcase I bought when I started repping. Bloody hell. Shell suits, 80s music. Oh my God, I had a number 15 head bag. Do you remember that? We're going to have to do, I'm going to put that on a list of things to do. We're going to have to get some old Argos catalogues and go through them. I'll find a better way to do it where I'm not flicking there. Dave, I bet you would get your stuff back in the day, the Grosvenor Shopping Centre. I always went to the Grosvenor Shopping Centre, Big AD. That was a top shelf version. I can't believe there's a naked woman in the shower in the Argos catalogue. That's madness. Never seen that before. I reckon somebody snuck that in as a little tester. Henry Hoover, I've got the green version of that. Still use my electric carving knife. You still got an electric carving knife, Nicola? Bloody hell. My blanket's on now. Have you got Sandra's got an electric blanket? I think my mother's got an electric blanket, or maybe she hasn't. She's probably paranoid. She'll electrocute herself. Now she's getting old. Yeah, electric blankets. Put the blanket on. I'll put the blanket on for you. You just wait, wouldn't you? And then get into bed and it'd be so warm. Oh, wow. We used to have a dog as well. The dog would be on the electric blanket, passed out, dehydrated, because it's so hot. Jacqueline's got an electric carving knife. Jacqueline, I'm coming round to yours for Sunday dinner. Who's using electric carving knives? You must cook a proper roast then if you've got an electric carving knife. What are you carving? What are you carving, Jacqueline? Bang on newly and went mad. Oh, I'll do what Patrick said. Definitely do a 70s and 80s chat night. I reckon we should, Big AD, and we'll get them Argos catalogues out. God, we've talked absolute crap today, haven't we? Like I said, I'm supposed to be promoting my bloody business here. I'm supposed to be getting you lot to book tours and excursions, but we're just talking about bloody school bags, Coca-Cola yo-yos, and shoplifting from the local supermarket, like the local shop. Oh, I don't know if I've overshared, don't I? We're in Lanzarote for 2 weeks on Wednesday from Manchester, staying at the Cordial. Which Cordial? Cordial Marina. Beautiful place. You'll love that. I've done a video there with some guys from Redditch. They were Villa supporters, I think. I might have offended them there saying that, but I'm sure they were Villa supporters. Jacqueline says she's carving roast beef and pork. Bloody hell, Jacqueline, you're far too posh to be watching Mr. TravelON, you, with your roast beef and pork. Bloody, I'm going to get an electric carving knife now because Jacqueline's got one. I haven't seen an electric carving knife since my granddad used to do that, the roast beef and pork on a Sunday when we used to go for dinner. Do they still do so? I mean, but do people still like go around for family Sunday dinners in the UK? See, I don't do any of that because we've got no family here. It's only me and Mrs. TravelON. And I always say, like, if we were back in the UK, I'd be working all week, barely getting home at night, and then the weekend you'd feel obliged to go around your like parents' house, wouldn't you, and do the Sunday roast and stuff like that. I couldn't be bothered, me. Couldn't be bothered. I had a girlfriend once. I got engaged to her, and she had a massive family, and we used to have to do the old Sunday dinner. I hated it every Sunday. She'd go, my family are having Sunday dinner. She had a massive family. They were really close, and I was just brought up with me and my mum, so I wasn't really used to it. And they were a proper cliquey family as well. And we used to go around her nan's for dinner. There'd be like 20 of them. Oh, God, I hated every minute of them. And every time I got into trouble. Every time there was a row afterwards because I'd said something to upset her auntie or something. In the end, I just used to not speak. But I remember once they were telling a story. I think this is where the relationship's tending to end. But we went for Sunday dinner, so there was 20 of them. There was a massive, like she used to get like tables from I don't know where, like the garden shed. They'd be like, "Oh, get the spare table, get the spare seats." I don't know how she did it. Filled her house full of people, all the family, all talking. Mad headache. And then they were telling a story about the dog had got. I'm laughing already. The dog had got out, right? And I thought it was a funny story. The dog had got out and run down the bottom of the garden, and the neighbour behind had put an electric fence up. And the dog ran down the bottom of the garden and ended up getting electrocuted. It didn't die, but it ended up getting electrocuted. And they told this story, and I just burst out laughing like I am now. I'm still laughing at it now, 20 odd years later. God, it was the end of me. It was the end of me. I was driving home. She was yapping at, "How dare you laugh at that? That was my nan's dog." She was devastated. I'm like, it was a funny story. The dog got electrocuted. Shouldn't have been down the bottom of the garden, should it? I think she split up with me after that. I can't remember. But I hated Sunday dinner. I hated it. Andrew's got an electric carving knife as well. He's doing Sunday roast. Right, that's it. I'm coming back to England. I'm just going to come round your house for Sunday roast. We got one. Lindy's got one to cut crusty bread. Can't you buy bread that's cut now, Lindy? What do you need a carving knife for? You lot are far too posh for me. Do you remember teas made? I don't remember that, Janice. That might have been before my time. Big AD went. We use an electric knife for cutting crusty bread. Just use a knife, AD. What do you need an electric one for? Surely it's quicker just to get a bread knife and cut it than having to plug it in. What's going on? I'm in a different world, mate. We love our electric carving knife for Sunday dinner. There you go. Look, Andrew's got one. I'm getting one tomorrow. I'm going to the shop. I don't know if they even sell them here. No, I think going around for Sunday dinners has dwindled now. People are too busy nowadays, or they're telling stories about dogs getting electrocuted, one of the two. What was the dog called? Zap? I don't know, but I tell you what, I'm still laughing now. Thank you, Nicola. Thanks, Nicola, for pushing people to like and subscribe and putting a notification bell on. At least Nicola's trying to help me promote the channel, isn't she? While I'm talking absolute nonsense. When me and my wife started dating, when we were in our teens, my in-laws all want me to come around and have Sunday dinner in the early 90s. I hated it, Alfie. I hate it. This is why I'm quite glad that we leave. Like, it'd be nice to have family here. Not now because the kids are older, but when the kids were little, we could never go out because we weren't gonna get babysitters and stuff. So we couldn't like say, "Oh, we'll drop them around Nan's or we'll do this." When my mum used to come out, just see you later, we're gone. But yeah, that's the downfall of not having anybody there. But the upside was we didn't have to go through all that of whose family are we visiting this weekend. Like, shut up, I've been at work all week. Last thing I want to do is go and visit people, but you feel obliged to, don't you? Sounds like your dinner was in the microwave. Yeah, it was. I didn't half get in trouble for laughing at that dog. Never forget that. Dear gosh. Thank God I never married her. I was engaged to her and everything. I won't say her name on here. Fucking lunatic. Does anyone remember Index Shop? Yeah. Index Shop, who tried to take on Tandy's. I do remember Index, Bob. And then you had the catalogue shop as well. Who remembers catalogues? Your mum used to order it from the catalogue, didn't she, and pay 50p a week for 12 years. My mum's probably still paying for my clothes. Be like, right, I've ordered all this crap on the catalogue, 50p a week. That was the days, wasn't it? You get whatever you wanted, 50p a week. That would be it. I want a pair of shoes. I'm going to pay 50p a week for 14 years, and they'd deliver them to you, wouldn't they? And then Tandy. Tandy was always a good one, wasn't it? Good old Tandy. Them were the days. You used to be able to go into Tandy and have a look at all the gadgets and the man had explained it, or in Northfield in Birmingham there was a tanner who was a really cool guy, big I don't know if I can say the word because big black guy, basically, really cool guy, big fuzzy hair, and he used to go, come in, big fat guy he was, and he used to sit you down in Tandy's and sell you the Amiga 500, be like, this is the Amiga 500, proper sell it to you. Of course, I got my dad to buy me one, but he proper sold everything. The minute you walked in, you couldn't leave without buying anything. He was a good salesman, he was. DJ Ezep said he worked for Tandy, did you? Bloody hell. Dixon's, is that still going, or is that Curry's now? I used to book my holidays from Teletext. Do you remember that, Neil? Teletext holidays. Bloody hell, I'd be on the Teletext for ages, wouldn't you, searching for a shit holiday? And then you just ring up. How can I give you 300 quid for a holiday? Yeah. Where did you find us? I don't know. On some Teletext thing. Worked though, didn't it? We all did it, and we all spent. God, the days. Tandy's and Dixon's, are they still there? No, Tandy's is not, and Dixon's I don't think. Woolworths, that's went as well. That was a good shop. Well, Woolworths was a bit crap, to be honest. Apart from the pick and mix, that was the only thing you could get in Woolworths that was any good. Now the high street's dead, isn't it? No one goes. Peacocks and Happy Shopper. Don't remember them, Nicola. Curry's is definitely still there. When I went back to Birmingham, there was a Curry's. Teletext holidays. We've got to do... I think I'm going to have to get all this put together, and we'll do a proper retro show where we go proper back in time. I'll get all the images and we'll do this properly, because otherwise I'm just going to gas on for hours and we'll ruin it all. I've got to prepare this. I'll try and get it ready for next week, and we'll do a proper retro. We'll go back in time and we'll just go proper back in time. And we won't talk about anything else but that. Joanne worked for Dixon's, bloody HMV, Mrs. Travelon's HMV. Do you remember that? HMV, when you used to go and buy the CDs. Oh, God, we've got to get right back into this. Dave, my name, Amy Man, is short for Amiga Man. I was massively into the Amiga 500. No way. Amy Man was my username on forums. No way. Amy Man Travels, Amiga 500. Best computer ever, wasn't it? And then there was that big argument at school that which was the best, the Amstrad or not the Commodore 64, was it? It was the Amiga 500. Maybe it was the Commodore. No, because maybe it was a Commodore 64. And there used to be a big debate, which is best, Amiga or Commodore 64. It was definitely Amiga, 100%. I bought the pack with the Simpsons. That was the first Amiga 500 I bought, and it had the Simpsons. Best game ever. Best game ever. And do you remember that? Do you remember that shit game you used to get? Daley Thompson's channel, and you used to have to do that with the joystick before you did anything else with the joystick. And you used to have to like do that really fast, and he'd like run and then jump. God, the amount of time I smashed that against the amount of joysticks I went through smashing them. Go, for God's sake, it's not working. Daley Thompson's channel. Vanilla Ice. I had my hair cut like Vanilla Ice. God, we've got to go right back in time. I went to the barber's with a picture of Vanilla Ice's hair with the quiff up there, and I had it cut exactly like Vanilla Ice. What a plonker. What a plonker. I used to go to Cottridge. I bet you remember Cottridge, Neil, to get my hair cut. And then he moved down by us. Atari 500. No, Nicola, that's well old, the Atari 500. We're talking about proper computers. The Atari 500 was pingy tennis. Used to do Ice Ice Baby on karaoke. I remember Ice Ice Baby. My first vinyl was Hedgehoppers Anonymous. Good news. I've never heard of that either. Never heard of that. Hedgehoppers Anonymous. We'll have to have a look at that. Daley Thompson joystick wrecker. Used to ruin your joystick, that Daley Thompson. Who invented that game? Some sadistic person. Do you remember Revolver Record Shop in town? I don't know. That must be a Coventry thing. Right, I'm going to get all this put together. So we're going to talk retro, and I'm going to go through the Argos Catalogue again and find out some good pages on there. And we'll really go into this in depth. In depth. Let's go back in time, and we'll do that next week. Either next week or the week after. Let's see. Depends how long it takes me. I'm going to see if I can get some good stuff as well. And then when Mrs. TravelON goes back to England, she's got to bring all her crap from out of her bedroom. And when I go back to England, I'll see what I've got. But I think I've lost all my stuff. But I bet Mrs. TravelON's going to bring back loads of stuff we can talk about. It was Atari ST versus Amiga 500. Was it, Andrew? Atari ST? Yes, it was. Yeah, was it Commodore 64 was before Amiga, wasn't it? I think it was Commodore 64 and then the ZX Spectrum. Well, we got to get into this. I know the words to Ice Ice Baby. So do I. CB radios, bloody hell. Who had a CB radio? Do you remember them? We could go on all day. Do you remember a CB radio? I had a CB radio. And there was 2 kids at school called Stuart Kennedy and I can't remember the other guy's name. But he was a fat guy and his actual name was something, not Fatty or anything like that, but like Chunk or something like that. I can't remember his bloody name. But back in the day, if you were fat, you were fat. You got nicknamed that, didn't you? And you just cracked on with it. These days, it wouldn't be allowed, but that was his name forever. It's probably still his name now. But they made up a person on the CB radio called the Headless Horseman. That was it. So no one knew it was them. And they used to come on and go, it's a Headless Horseman, and everyone shit themselves if the Headless Horseman came on. You go back to school and they, were you on Channel 21 last night? The Headless Horseman was on. It was them 2 knobheads wrecking everybody's brains, and the Headless Horseman would come on. He'd know something about you, and he'd go, Dave, I know where you live. I'm going to come and get you. Goodley Avenue 28. You'd be like, oh my God, Headless Horseman's going to kill me. It was them 2. Bloody hell, CB radios. Bloody hell. Them were the days as well. I used to talk to loads of girls on this. They weren't girls, they were probably old ladies. I used to come on and go, breaker, what's your name, age and relationship status? That was it. That was my chat-up line on the old CB radio. What's your handle? That was it. What's your handle? I can't even remember what my handle was, but I used to get on and go, what's your name, age and relationship status? Bloody hell. Mr. Frosty as well. God, we could go on all day with this, couldn't we? I'm going to have to find a way of getting the chats up while I'm looking at the bloody the catalogue. Dave's on a roll again. I know. I'm meant to be going. Look, I've just done 5 minutes on CB radio. It's because somebody said CB radio. I don't know who it was. I think it was Joanne. I had a CB radio on my car and went up the Licky Hills to get a good reception. Bloody hell, Neil. Do you remember the CB radios on the top? You get a magnet with a massive, massive thing. And then anyone with a good CB radio would have like the biggest aerial, wouldn't they, stuck on their roof? You wouldn't get away with that these days. They'd tax you for it, wouldn't they? There'd be a tax on it or something. Right, listen, I have got to go because it's 6 minutes past 9. I wasn't even coming on tonight. I was going to cancel, but I never. I'm glad I didn't though, because we've had a good old chat, haven't we? Not of anything useful, but we did go through the Argos Catalogue, which, by the way, has not got any bloody school bags in. Oh my God, look at all these Argos catalogues. Oh dear me, we've got 90, 93, 94, 95. I'm going to have to save this. That's like a home one. That's the Superstore one. Autumn and Winter 1994, look. That is unbelievable. I cannot believe they've got these. Why am I not on? Hang on. Why am I not on? What's going on? Something's gone on here. Let me just do this. There we go. Forgot I was on there. Look at that. Let's just have one little quick look through this one before we go. That one's bound to have some good stuff in this one, isn't it? This was a 1994 Argos Superstore catalogue. Let's see if I can just zoom in a bit. Let me just have a look at that. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Let me get this looking good. Where am I? Move that up there, look. Then we can have a good old nose in that, can't we? Let's have a look at the watches. We'll do a quick flick before I bugger off. See what we can discuss next week. Rotary watches. Seiko. I bet there's a calculator watch somewhere in here. Bet you there's a calculator watch on its way. Get ready. Stand by. These are all the posh ones, aren't they? I think I had one that had a green front on. Oh, these were like the cool ones, look. My Little Pony ones. Calculator watches, there you go. I told you. Look at them bad boys. Who had a calculator watch? My days. How the hell was anybody calculating on that? Look at the size of the button. Look at the size of the buttons. You'd never calculate nothing. And a stopwatch as well. Everyone wanted a stopwatch. Don't know why you'd want a stopwatch. I had one with a green front. I remember getting it from Argos. My mum bought it for me for my birthday. Oh my gosh, look at these clocks. Who had one of these? Who's still got one of these? I think my mum still got that £8.50 one. Dear me, look at them. They're the big grandfather clocks. Never really had them. Dear gosh, look at them clocks. And then you always had these, didn't you, by the side of your bed with horrible alarms. These were the best alarms, the analog ones. These, and then they bought these bloody things out, didn't they, to wake you up with a horrible beep, 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 beep. And you'd lob it across the room. I had one that was a football, and you used to literally, you could throw it at the wall. Look at them, the Simpsons one. I had that, I think. Wake up and get out of bed, it used to say. Oh my gosh. Telephones. I mean, look how many telephones there are. Has anybody even got a landline anymore? I just don't even plug mine in. We've got a landline number, but I've never plugged it in. And a fax machine. Look at him, the businessman of the year. Look at that businessman of the year there. Look at him. He's got a cordless. He can walk around the house with that. Casio keyboard, Casio calculators. Look, the scientific one. You always needed a scientific calculator for school, didn't you? To learn how to calculate stuff that you've never ever calculated outside of school in your entire life. And then they bought these out. Do you remember them? They were like organisers, personal organisers, electronic organisers. What the hell were they organising? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all were they organising. They just weren't organising nothing. Look at that. That is amazing. Blank discs. You used to always go to Argos to get blank discs so you could pirate copy games for the Amiga 500, couldn't you? And a disc cassette holder. Who had one of them? I had exactly that one. Disc holder to put all your games in. Typewriter as well. I had a typewriter at one point. This is mad. This is absolute craziness, isn't it? I can't believe I found this website just for tonight. Let's just have a little click through there. There's them sunbeds again. We're gonna have to do. I'm gonna ruin it, and I'm gonna have to prepare this. I just want to have a look at the school bags, see if I can find them, because it was a really cool thing that I saw. In fact, I think this is one we looked at before, so maybe not. I am gonna go and get everything organised for that, because you're quite enjoying it. Remember, my dad bought me one of those organisers. There you go. Still got a clock, 35 years and ticking. Yeah, see, they made things to last back in them days in Argos. Right, there you go. Anyway, right, I've got to go. I'm well over time. It's way past my bedtime. I'm going to organise a proper throwback series. Not series, just a live. And we'll go through all the Argos catalogues and see what we can find, and we'll have a good old laugh. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. Thanks for all your support. I really grateful. Thanks to all the spanners on that have helped moderate. Thanks to Nicola and Neil for pushing the company, which is what I'm meant to be doing. Thank you. Sorry, I've been on a bit of a tangent today, haven't I? And what I was going to say, we're nearly on 20,000 on YouTube, so I'm really, really pleased with that. And on TikTok, I'm on like 120,000. And some channel like Lad Bible, I can't remember the name of them, are going to post my Scion Park slide video, so that's good. And then I've got another few things in the pipeline as well, which I'll let you know about. Thank you very much, Nelly. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, Big AD. Glad you enjoyed it, everybody. And I'll see you very soon, live on Sunday on TikTok, the easy one where I just walk and talk and I don't have to worry about Argos catalogues and stuff. I'll see you later. Where am I going next week? I don't know, Big AD. I'll let you know on Sunday morning. Be a surprise.